Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to go over a different type of junk silver that not a lot of people stack or may even know about, to the new people who are newer to coin collecting or silver stacking, and that is the war nickel. And I also kind of want to do a history of the nickel in general as it pertains to U.S. currency. So first of all, the first nickel was in 1866. That was a shield nickel. They made those from 1883. I don't have an example of those. They're pretty pricey, especially in nice conditions. You're going to be paying quite the premium. In 1883, sorry, they switched to the Liberty nickel. I have an example here. If it'll focus, there we go. You can see it's pretty scuffed up. Not the best condition, but still cool. 1908. Flip it over so you can see the reverse. And then for the, if it'll focus, there we go. And you can see where it says cents there on the bottom. So when the first year these were made in 1883, they didn't have the cents on the bottom. So what people would do was gold plate them, just a thin layer of gold on there, and they could pass them as a $5 coin because they had the same front, the Liberty front. So in 1883 they caught on, put the cents on there to kind of stop the counterfeiting. So those ran until 1913. That my example is in 1908. In 1913 they switched to the Buffalo nickel. So I have two examples here. Go with the earlier first. So 1930, Indian head on the front, Native American. Buffalo on the back, 5 cents, United States of America, e pluribus unum. Very cool. Another example here, 1937. A little bit more detail on that. You can see the Liberty on the obverse with the date on the bottom. Flip it over, United States of America. Here you go, same thing. And then in 1938, they switched to the Jefferson nickel. So I'm just gonna, to show off the Jefferson nickel, I'm gonna use the slabbed. This is proof 1976, proof 69 from PCGS. Has some cool toning on it. This is the Jefferson nickel, Thomas Jefferson. That's why they call it Jefferson nickel. As Monticello, the home of Thomas Jefferson, on the back. This one's really cool. It has some really cool goldish toning. Let's see if we can compare it. Yeah, you can see kind of the goldish toning compared to the silver tone of the Buffalo nickel. So the Jefferson nickel started in 1938, and during World War II, in 1942, October of 1942, they started producing these. These are 35% silver. Originally, they wanted to make them 50% silver and 50% copper, but they would not work in vending machines. They wouldn't work with the counterfeiting. So they ended up 56% copper, 9% manganese, and 35% silver. So you can see Jefferson on the front. This one's a 1944. And then the easiest way to tell, because in 1942, there's some that are just the nickel copper alloy, but anything made after October of 1942 is silver, contains 35% silver. So the easiest way to tell is on the back, on the reverse, that mint mark right there. Right there at the top of Monticello. You can see the P for Philadelphia. And this is actually the first time that the Philadelphia mint had a mint mark on any U.S. coinage, because there wasn't a need to, because it was the primary mint up until that point. But to easily tell that they were war nickels and had the silver content, they had that mint mark. Won't focus. So this one is a 1944 P. To the side. we go. 1943 P. A couple of these going. 1942. So this is one of the earlier ones. P. Again, a lot of Philadelphia mint marks here that I have. 1944 P as well. 1943. I can hardly make out that mint mark. It's a P, but it's very, very faint. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that. Oh, there we go. If you catch the light right, you can kind of make it out. There's another 1942. P. Perfect. 1943. P. Here's another 43P. These are just so cool, you know, being a part of history. And even though the silver content isn't as much as some of the other constitutional silver, and these are the most fractional that you can go with the constitutional silver. There's just over a 1/20th of an ounce per nickel. So right now, I think tonight with spot prices, they're going around $1.44 melt value of silver. And a lot of these were melted down for the silver content throughout the years. But you can still find them, you know, eBay, Facebook, Instagram. Quite a few great guys on Instagram. Here's a 1945. Another 43. These are just, you know, relics of history, and a lot of people like collecting them because they're kind of a reminder of the struggle. You know, the nickel that was saved through this program wasn't significant, but it's just a reminder. And having that P there, it's just, you know, the mint mark, it's just really cool to see these, you know, almost 80 years later with the history. Kind of going through some of these a little quicker. Here's a D mint mark. So Denver, a little different. Cool to see. 1944. And you can find these in nice condition for a reasonable value. Mine I have for the silver value. They're not in terrible condition. Some of them are in rougher shape, but you know, you can clearly make out the mint marks and all the lettering on these, and that's good enough for me. And the last one here in 1942. See the mint mark? Philadelphia. And then if you've made it this far into the video, just wanted to show off these two that have been sitting by the side. The first one is a 1920 Wheatback cent. See if I can get the camera to focus here. There we go. Flip it over here. Not a lot of detail, but still cool to see. You know, 101 years old this year. Very cool. And then next is my 1884 Indian Head cent. Yep, there we go. So cool. I mean, 137 years that this thing survived. And, oh, there's the reverse. I actually think the reverse of this one has more detail than my 1920. Let's see if we can get a side by side and see what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, which one you think has a little bit more detail. Neither of them are great, but I do think that the Indian head's holding out. There we go. So thanks so much for watching the video. If you could, give it a like. Subscribe if you haven't. If it's your first time here, thanks. Welcome back if you've been here before. You know, I look forward to putting out more videos, and thanks for watching. So comment, tell me your type of favorite silver to stack. Constitutional silver, general rounds, sovereign bullion. I'd like to hear it all. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Thanks so much, guys.